Hey everyone, how you doing today? So this video is going to be a demonstration of a painting that I did of coneflowers or echinacea. So it's something I just did myself, and I go through it. I go through in pretty much detail doing one of them, and then since the other one's very similar, I flash forward for that so you don't get too bored. So yeah, that's it. Let's paint this together. I'll give you some tips while I'm doing it. And let's get to it. Don't forget, if you got any comments or suggestions, please make those. Give the video a like if you appreciated it at all, and subscribe to help the channel out, because I always appreciate that. Thanks so much. So let's get into it.
So let's get started. First thing was just to draw out the flowers on the page. Obviously doing this freehand and using the photo as a reference. You'll have to excuse me through this video as I rotate the page to make it convenient to draw or paint on. So now I'm trying to test a few colors to make sure they're close to what I want. And then I'm wetting the petals down first, so I'm going wet on wet with the paint and just applying a base coat to all of the petals. Now before they dry, go back in and start adding some detail to let the paint bleed into one another. You'll see I'm using a little more intense or pigmented color as I get towards the center of the flower. And now a smaller brush to add a little detail, because you can see in the petals that there's colors or strands or veins, and that's what I'm trying to reproduce here. The trick, and the reason I'm only working on 3 petals at a time, is to make sure they don't dry out. You want to keep everything wet. You'll notice a few times that I'll grab my little spray bottle and wet the page again. So once I'm satisfied with where those 3 petals are, I just moved on, and it's the same process. So a little more detail being added here. Wanted to give you a close-up so you can see what I'm doing, right? So stronger pigment, adding in the definition of the edge of the petals, some of the veins, and then moving back to the other 2 petals that are still wet. I don't know if you saw it, but I misted the page. There's me misting it so the colors would blend a little better. So you want to keep this mostly wet on wet in a controlled way. If there's one thing I found by playing with watercolor paints, it's that controlling the water is the biggest deal. So now I'm trying to find a color for the actual center of the coneflower, because before it dries out too much, I want to start playing with the spiky part, I guess you'd have to call it, for those of us who aren't flower botanists. Now if you want to skip ahead to 7 minutes, that's when I stop doing all the petals, which is the same process again, and actually work on the center of the flower. So I looked it up. Now I'm working on the final details on a few petals, and then I'm going to get to the center of the coneflower, which is called a disc. The disc is made up of many tiny fertile disc florets, which mature to form a prominent, often spiky cone, from which the plant gets its common name. You betcha, I read that right off the internet. But what I'm doing here, painting-wise, is just with a small brush making sharp marks, and then I'm filling in between with pencil. Because if you look at the coneflower image, you can see that it's very dark in between the disc florets. You can see as the petals dry, I'm adding more detail into them. And sometimes using a tissue paper to pick up some of the pigment if I feel like it was too heavy. I found to get the disc florets to look right and radiate around the disc, I had to spin the paper and use the brush just as the point. That is the point of the brush. So there you go. There's what I got for an end result before putting in any of the pencil or more of the pencil. Now I've started on the negative space. So painting the negative space with a green to not try to pick up on the details of the background, but to make the flower pop. And I'm letting this fade, right? So if you've been practicing, I hope, graduated washes, then you understand what I'm doing. I'll take the edge of the wash and then wet it down and let it fade into the paper. But just picking up the edge of the petals to make the flower pop from the page. This is where I decided in earnest I needed to put some pencil in there to make the disc actually read darker, which frankly took a bunch of time and a lot of detail. Which, fortunate for you, we can skip ahead and not have to watch me do it in real time. Adding a little more vibrant pigment back into the florets, because as always I misinterpret how light the paint will dry. Still figuring out that one. How about you? And to be honest, going back and doing it twice gave the florets the depth, or a little more depth than I intentionally planned on. So there you go, happy accident. And now I'm trying to just get the wash to bleed or become gradated, because of course I let it dry too far. So instead of boring you completely, because boy does it bore me when I have to watch things twice or I just skip ahead, I super fast forwarded this part where I was doing the same process over again with the second flower. Figure you've already heard everything if you've gotten this far. You don't need to have me talk it through one more time. Now I've just started to go at the background with some real intention. So you can see what I'm doing. I wet it down first, and then I bring the brush in with the paint. And I put clear water at the ends and let it fade or gradate out. So there you go. We're getting close to the end. I didn't mean these to be botanically correct. It's not like an illustration of a coneflower. It's my impression of a coneflower. And frankly, between you and me, it's about the level of reproduction that I can get with my skill set at the current level that it's at. I keep trying. I keep practicing. I keep painting. It's the only way I keep getting any better. So I hope you like this. If you did, give me a like. It'd be great if you subscribe and make comments.